Welcome to Saturday. This is day 3 for you for preseason. I hope that you're having a good time in this group, and I hope that you feel as if you're getting set up for a very exciting 6 weeks with us. Today, I want to talk to you about something super important, and that is focus on the basics. Okay, you're going to hear us say focus and consistency throughout the next 6 weeks because honestly, those two things are what you absolutely need to be a diamond coach and beyond. I feel like anyone can make this business work, okay? Doesn't matter what size you are, doesn't matter what type of hobbies you have. If you have the heart to serve people and if you can incorporate focus and consistency and discipline in your business, honestly, you have unlimited potential. So, what we're going to do though today is go over exactly the areas that you need to be focused in. So, I'm going to talk to you about your power hour, your BAT. I'm going to talk to you about how to create a system because I don't know about you, but I know when I first started out as a coach, I had this influx of information and I was just trying to implement all these systems, and I was kind of overwhelmed, to be honest. And it wasn't until I started to get into the groove of my own system and being consistent and using the tools that were provided for me deliberately that I saw my business take a huge step forward. So that's what we want to do for you. We want to talk to you about exactly what you should be doing daily and the fact that you need to be consistent in those daily activities. Okay, and the first thing before we go into the actual steps is I want to tell you it is so important for you to stay on your own stage. What do I even mean about that? You're going to see coaches doing all kinds of things, right? All kinds of trainings, or they're going to do a different pick mucky cover banner. Maybe this person's really good at writing and this person's really good at videos. If you get caught up trying to be someone that you're not, you're going to be super frustrated. So find what works for you, find your own voice, and you stay focused on that, and you continue to build your team on that because your coaches are only going to duplicate what you're doing. So if you're being consistent, if you're being yourself and authentic and disciplined in your systems and what you're doing, your coaches are going to do that as well. If you don't, if you just wing it every day and post sometimes here and sometimes there and maybe check in a day or two for groups, and that's what your coaches are going to do as well. So this is a great opportunity for you to either recommit or to commit to doing the daily activities that you need to do to be successful, so your coaches will implement those same actions as well. Okay, so what do you really need to do, right? There are a few things, and what I'm going to talk to you about first is the power of 3, okay? And number 1, you're going to add 3 new people to your network every single day. So you are in a business where you need to build relationships with new people. You do want to help your family and your friends and the people that you know, of course, but you're always going to be adding to your network. And if you do not do that, you're going to hit this spot where you come to us and you say, I'm out of my warm market. Truthfully, I don't think you should ever be out of your warm market because you should continually be adding people into that market so that you don't run out of people to help. So every single day, you need to step outside of your comfort zone. You need to approach that mom in the grocery store or friend someone on Facebook or go into the yard sale site and start to add people to your network. Minimum 3 times a day. 3 people a day. And you don't skip this step. Like, don't do it. Start off right now and commit to that to be a non-negotiable for you, okay? Step number 2, create conversations with 3 people a day. So maybe you add these people to your network, right? And what you're going to need to do at some point is to go back and start a conversation. You're going to start to build a relationship with that person. And I want you to start focusing on be interested Don't worry about being interesting. So ask these people questions. Take notes. I have a notebook. So when I do this and I add someone onto my network and then I go back in to build a relationship with them, I'll put Susie has 2 kids. Husband just had knee surgery. And then that way I have a basis. And when I go back and talk to them, I can say, how's your husband doing since his surgery? And that person's like, wow, how did she remember that? So you're making a conscious effort, a deliberate effort to really build relationships with these people, and that's going to start to build trust for them. Okay, number 3, invite 3 people per day to your next group. So this is where inviting comes in. So invite them to, if you have a free clean eating group going on, or let's say you have a free faith and prayer group, or you're doing a challenge group, or whatever it may be, invite 3 people to a group per day. And that, again, non-negotiable. Free groups are fantastic, and that is a great way for you to build trust and relationships with people. I know that I started to do that early on, and it really helped me add value into the lives of others. And so I saw a great deal of momentum pick up at the beginning because I was just, really focused on building relationships with as many people a day as possible. And I'm going to give you 2 more, okay? Number 4, follow up with 3 people per day. So you remember those 3 people you were building relationships with? Now you're going to go back and follow up. So follow up with 3 people per day, okay? So you're going to add 3 people to your network, build relationships with 3 people, invite 3 people to a group, follow up with 3 people, and this is your last one. Put the business in front of at least 3 to 5 people per day. This is all a part of your BAT. So when you're sitting down for your work time, even if that is an hour, you need to be very, very deliberate about what you're doing in that hour. And this is crucial. So those 5 steps are crucial. And you definitely want to add in talking to people about the coaching opportunity. Look, you are not a burden when you're talking about the coaching opportunity. You need to start thinking of it. It's like you're Charlie and you have the golden ticket to the chocolate factory, right? Because that's what this is. Who wouldn't want to join us? And I guarantee when you're afraid to step outside of your comfort zone to ask people if they want to be a coach on your team, they're on the other side probably wondering why you haven't asked them yet. I found that out personally from a family member, and I just hadn't asked this person for a long time, and finally I said, why haven't you asked me to be a coach? I don't know if I can do it right now, but I want to be asked. It's like, wow, man, and I was afraid to ask that person. So never feel like it's a burden to ask people if they're interested in the coaching opportunity. Okay, so those are your 5 steps. Non-negotiables. You have to do them every single day while you're in this training, okay? Now, if you want to grow your business faster, I have some people in here who I know are coaches just, right out the gate, and they want to build their business as fast as possible, but to have an authentic business as well. You need to triple your numbers, quadruple your numbers. If you want to build this faster, that means you have to reach out to more people and get them to see the value in this opportunity. Okay, so those are your 5 things as far as non-negotiables, and now I'm going to give you a few more things that you really, really need to do while you're in this group. Not just really, really need to do it, like you got to do it while you're in this group, okay? Number 1, read your professional development. Non-negotiable. You should do this every single day, okay? At least 10 pages a day. Or if you're listening to an audio version, try to listen for 10 to 15 minutes. I know, people say I don't have time during the day, I'm too busy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think people who say that they're too busy constantly, they're just over glorifying the word, okay? Everyone's busy. Wake up 10 minutes earlier and listen to it while you're putting your makeup on or doing your hair for work. Or if you don't do those things, sometimes I don't, listen while you're in the car, There's tons of free, really good personal development if you don't have a hardback book. So that's a non-negotiable for the day as well. Number two, expose and grow your business. So you want to always be checking into your groups. This group, for sure, like, should be one of the first things you're checking into every single day, and you're engaging with us. But also, check in on your team page. Check into your challenge groups. You have to be consistent. And if you want people to start to recognize you as a trustworthy source and a credible coach, then you have to show up and you have to be consistent in being present in the groups that you're placed in. And you don't have to be in 100 gazillion groups, because I know that can be overwhelming. You need to pick what is your priority. I try to pick at least 3 of my top groups that are priority, and I make sure I show up every single day. This group needs to be one, your team page needs to be one, and your challenge group needs to be one as well. And number 3, respond to all your emails, all the text messages, personal messages. Try to do that within 24 to 48 hours. People need to know that you're going to be available, and that doesn't mean that you have to be available to everyone at every single moment, right? But if you're following up with someone about a challenge pack or the coaching opportunity, get back to them within 24 to 48 hours. Some people, they're either impulse people, or they make a decision, and then if they don't act upon it, they get nervous and they back out and they start to talk themselves out of it and find all these excuses. And you don't want them to run away from this opportunity, from self-sabotage, basically. So make sure that you are checking in. One thing that I will do when I'm doing my BAT and I have that on my business activity tracker is I'll set a timer. I will set a timer for 20 minutes, and I'll say, okay, I have 20 minutes to respond to emails. I'll respond to all my emails. Once that timer's off, I move on. 20 minutes to respond to the messages in my inbox. When that goes off, I move on. So, you need to really think about your work day, and you need to break it down on how you're going to do all of these things, okay? And that's all I have for you today. Sorry, this went a little longer than I wanted it to, but I hope that you got some value. And remember, guys, these things are all about consistency and focus. You have to get each one of these in every single day if you want to really start to gain some momentum in your business. All right? Bye.